Welcome to the History in Focus channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this one. Lee Merlin made her mark in 1957 by being crowned Miss Atomic Bomb, a title reflecting America's fascination with the nuclear era. The dancer posed in a costume decorated with clouds resembling atomic mushroom clouds, creating an iconic image. Her photo, now historic, became a symbol of 1950s American culture, blending glamour with the nuclear obsession of the Cold War. In the photo, women in Hamburg, Germany compete in a cleaning contest held on May 18, 1953. Using vacuum cleaners, they raced to clean carpets with speed and precision while judges assessed their performance. Promoted to showcase the modernity of household appliances, the event turned a mundane chore into a spectacle, drawing crowds and celebrating technological advancements in the home. At Palisades Amusement Park in New Jersey, the 1951 Beautiful Legs contest took creativity to the extreme. With pillowcases over their heads, participants paraded while judges evaluated posture, curves, and leg length. The event reportedly offered lifetime park tickets to winners, drawing crowds and daring competitors. In a 1957 photograph, Diane Stopke of St. Louis poses beside an X-ray of her spine after being crowned National Posture Queen in New York. The contest awarded participants with perfectly aligned spines, evaluated by medical professionals, aiming to promote postural health during a period when ergonomics began gaining attention. At Butlin's Holiday Camp in Clacton-on-Sea, England in 1952, a contest challenged women to emulate Marilyn Monroe's charisma while wearing masks of the actress's face. The competition included poses and expressions typical of the star. Beyond entertainment, this activity underscored the idolization of Monroe, who had already become a symbol of beauty and style, influencing even contests. In a Marilyn Monroe look-alike contest, participants were measured against cutouts of the actress to determine who had the most similar figure. The winner was crowned based on resemblance to Monroe's famous curves, which had become a symbol of glamour during Hollywood's golden era. The event showcased Monroe's lasting impact on beauty and the admiration surrounding her unforgettable image. In 1956, Patty Sharon Jones, 17 years old, was crowned Miss Posture Queen by the Michigan Academy of Chiropractors. This unusual contest required participants to submit X-rays of their spinal columns, evaluated by specialists. Patty's victory highlighted her perfect posture and reflected the growing interest of the time in health and physical alignment as part of beauty standards. In this photo from 1930 in Florida, participants of the Miss Lovely Eyes contest line up wearing masks that cover their faces, leaving only their eyes visible. The event was created to reward the most charming gaze, removing other features from consideration. This competition stood out as one of the most unusual beauty contest ideas of the time, drawing curious onlookers and emphasizing specific visual standards. Inspired by the space race, the Miss Space Contest of 1959 celebrated beauty and technology. The winner, dressed in futuristic attire with a stylized helmet, posed in science fiction-like settings. This event captured the era's enthusiasm for space exploration, blending imagination with the excitement of cosmic discovery. In a 1970 photograph, Pamela Bissinger poses in a car as Miss Tall San Fernando Valley, proudly wearing her sash. Standing 6 feet tall, she not only won the local title, but also claimed the crown of Miss Tall Universe that same year. These events celebrated tall women, promoting confidence and challenging traditional beauty standards. In this unusual competition, participants paraded wearing cat-inspired masks for the wild beauty theme, blending fashion and creativity. Judges assessed criteria such as animal grace and predatory movements, as contestants embodied the essence of an elegant beast. At the La Verbena del Tabaco event in Ybor City, Florida in 1937, the Miss Cigar Queen contest was held. Contestants posed inside a giant cigar box, symbolizing the glamour associated with tobacco at the time. Cigars were marketed as luxury items linked to feminine charm in advertising campaigns and events like this one. The Kitchen Queen of 1964 poses with her sash and a frying pan, representing the ideal housewife, a highly valued concept at the time. The contest judged not only beauty, but also culinary skills. In an era that glorified the woman's role in the home, these events reinforced traditional gender roles and celebrated cooking as an exclusively feminine domain. In this image from 1955, Jean Courtney poses as Queen of National Hot Dog Week, promoted by the Zion Meat Products Company. Selected through a contest, she wears an unusual outfit with a skirt, scarf, bracelets, and a crown, all made of sausages and kielbasa. The event, part of a creative advertising campaign, was not held in a disclosed location but stood out as an eccentric example of 1950s marketing. In a peculiar contest from the 1930s, contestants wore bizarre masks to ensure evaluations focused solely on their bodies and posture, disregarding their identities. This practice reflected how beauty standards of the time often dismissed personality, reducing participants to mere physical attributes subject to judgment. These men participated in a male beauty contest in 1919, wearing striped bathing suits quite different from today's styles. At the time, the focus was on posture and good looks, while modern male beauty standards emphasized defined muscles and highly sculpted bodies. Compared to the natural attractiveness valued in the 1920s, today's expectations lean towards more elaborate physiques. The winner of Mr. Fattest 1954 poses beside a scale after winning the Fattest Man contest, held in Turin, Italy in 1954. The event celebrated the heaviest man, with participants showcasing their weight as a symbol of status. The contest drew large crowds and offered prizes such as lavish meals and trophies. At the time, excess weight was viewed quite differently, often associated with prosperity. In this image from 1946 in Paris, a contest evaluated the most beautiful legs while participants remained hidden behind a curtain. Many contestants were ordinary women, including workers and housewives, seeking prizes or a moment in the spotlight. These contests were popular and surprisingly well regarded by society at the time. In 1947, a perfect figures contest garnered attention for its unusual format. Contestants, all masked, concealed their faces so judges could assess only their bodies. Held amid the era's obsession with aesthetic standards, the event sought to measure symmetry, posture, and physical proportions. This type of contest offers insight into how controversial beauty ideals were in the post-war period. Beauty contestants in Miami during the 1930s displayed tattoos of the National Recovery Administration on their backs. The tattoos served as a unique way to promote the government agency during the Great Depression, connecting political campaigns to popular events and drawing attention to economic recovery efforts. The Perfect Back Contest, held in the 1930s, focused on the beauty of women's backs. In the photo, two models pose beside a judge evaluating symmetry and skin smoothness. Organized by a fashion brand, the event promoted the importance of well-fitted clothing, influencing the design of swimsuits and dresses of the time. At the Lido of Margate, England, in 1946, the winner of the Cleanest Figures competition surprised many by being judged with her face covered by a hood, a practice to avoid any aesthetic influence beyond the body. The competition, part of local festivities, awarded symmetry and purity in physical posture. Curious accounts suggest judges even measured the waist-to-shoulder ratio, demonstrating the rigorous standards of the event. At the New Yorker Hotel in 1954, 18-year-old Gail Hooper represented Memphis, Tennessee as Miss National Catfish Queen. In a memorable scene, she posed holding a giant 124-pound catfish, symbolizing her newly earned title. The event was part of a regional tradition celebrating catfish as a cultural and economic emblem, blending beauty, uniqueness, and the pride of Southern fishing communities. The Miss Sweater contest awarded 17-year-old Johnny Carroll the title in 1956 in New York. This competition judged not only beauty, but also knitting skills, requiring contestants to create their own sweaters and model them on stage. The event celebrated handmade fashion, emphasizing knitting as a valued art form of the era. At Butlin's holiday camp in Clacton-on-Sea, England, in 1952, A beauty contest used papier-mâché masks to ensure judges evaluated only the contestants' body contours. Lying side by side with their legs raised, competitors were judged based on symmetry and proportions. In this photo from 1930 in Hounslow, London, a policeman inspects ankles in an unusual competition. The contestants, hidden behind a curtain, show only their legs for evaluation. These peculiar contests were popular and attracted curious crowds. The jury, often composed of local figures like policemen, analyzed details such as the shape and proportion of ankles, turning a common feature into a focus of admiration and competition. In this image from 1951, Chris Nodland, crowned Donut Queen, poses at the Governor Clinton Hotel in New York City. Wearing high heels and a bikini, she holds donuts while standing beside the gingerbread donut boy, the event's promotional mascot. The celebration was part of a creative campaign that combined beauty and marketing, drawing national attention with its playful and memorable tone. Here, we see a contest to crown the most beautiful ankle, held in Kent, England, in 1933. Contestants stood behind a curtain showing only their legs, while judges meticulously assessed criteria like shape, proportion, and skin smoothness. Such events, common at the time, were often organized at seaside resorts to entertain tourists, highlighting a fascination with unique aesthetic standards. Pat Marlowe, shown as Miss Donut Queen in 1947, posing with a paper crown, a one-piece swimsuit, and platform shoes while holding donuts in each hand. The contest featured unusual challenges, such as devouring a donut hanging from a string without using hands and creating a dress made of donuts. The grand finale included a parade where contestants balanced donut towers on their heads. Dominique Green, contestant number 2, won the unusual Miss Beautiful Ape contest held to promote Conquest of the Planet of the Apes in 1972. Hosted by Gary Owens, a TV and radio personality, the event awarded the participant with the best ape costume. Dominique received a role in a future franchise film, turning the humor of the competition into a unique marketing strategy. Contestants in this 1930s English competition wore paper masks resembling top hats while competing for the title of Best Legs. Judging focused on the length and overall appearance of their legs, adding an unusual twist to the beauty contest format. In an unusual beauty contest, the Lipstick Queen celebrated the allure of cosmetics. Contestants wore themed outfits inspired by lipsticks and beauty, with the winner photographed wearing a hat shaped like a lipstick. From 1941 to 1976, the Miss Subways contest was a unique tradition sponsored by New York Subway's advertising. Open only to New York residents who regularly used the subway, it highlighted the diversity and beauty of the city's passengers. Winners were chosen through public votes and had their photos displayed on subway posters. The Miss Idaho Potato Contest, established in 1935, celebrated potato farming, vital to the local economy. Contestants were judged on elegance and knowledge about the tuber. The winner received a crown made of potatoes. The event promoted local pride and the significance of potato cultivation to the state's identity. 2 female judges carefully inspect the legs of contestants holding up their skirts in a peculiar contest held in New York City around the mid-20th century. During this period, such events served as showcases to promote not only aesthetic standards, but also brands or products associated with the contests. The involvement of women on the jury was uncommon, but helped legitimize the evaluation process. In this photo from 1956 at the Wellington Hotel in New York City, Lorraine Cole is crowned Miss Fabulous Frankfurter by Hebrew National. Dressed in a themed outfit, she celebrates her title amidst a publicity campaign promoting the brand's famous Frankfurters. The event, full of culinary symbolism and creativity, included competitions to select the most charismatic queen, blending beauty, marketing, and a touch of humor. During the National Laughter Week in 1961, a contest was held in the United States to celebrate the power of laughter. The winner, captured in a photo on April 1st, embodied the joyful spirit of the era. The idea of dedicating a week to laughter emerged as a response to the growing tension of the Cold War, aiming to relieve public stress through humor and positivity. On Friday the 13th in 1963, New York hosted a contest to challenge triskaidekaphobia, the fear of the number 13. Cindy Carroll was crowned after facing symbols of bad luck, such as walking under ladders and opening umbrellas indoors. With humor and courage, the event encouraged the public to overcome superstitions and turn fears into a fun celebration. Miss I-75 was a unique contest held in the United States to celebrate the long Interstate 75 highway, which stretches across multiple states. The event included an extensive parade as long as the road itself, with participants representing different states along the route. That year, Georgia's contestant won the title. Darlene Larson was crowned Outdoor Health Queen in 1967, representing vitality and connection to nature. The contest celebrated an active lifestyle, reflecting the growing focus on physical well-being at the time. Winners were judged on their beauty and embodiment of a healthy, inspiring lifestyle. In 1955, the Blueberry Queen was crowned during a U.S. festival. The winner, traditionally photographed in a tub full of blueberries, symbolized agricultural prosperity and promoted the fruit's consumption. The festival included parades, cooking competitions, and community activities. In the 1930s, at the National Tobacco Festival in Virginia, young women posed inside a barrel symbolizing the tobacco curing process, crucial to local production. Many participants were tied to farming families and competed for a title and a trophy shaped like a golden tobacco leaf, celebrating the economic importance and international prestige of the region's tobacco. In this photo from Cliftonville, England, participants in Miss Lovely Legs lift their dresses to expose their legs for judging, with attention paid to details such as posture and shape. During the post-war period, these contests proliferated as forms of leisure and distraction, promoted at seaside resorts to attract visitors. Many winners used the title as a stepping stone to careers in fashion or film. Julia Mead was crowned Mink Queen in 1960 during a time when fur was synonymous with luxury and sophistication without the animal rights awareness we have today. These contests promoted the fur industry, with winners posing in mink coats for advertisements. Back then, glamour and status took precedence over concerns about material origins. A Harvard freshman is seen swallowing a goldfish in 1939, sparking a craze that quickly spread across American universities. The act soon became a competition, with contests organized to see who could swallow the most live fish. In some events, the record reached an astonishing 42 goldfish, drawing attention and sparking debates about the boundaries of student traditions. The Miss Drumstick contest, held during the Turkey Trot Festival, awarded participants with the most beautiful legs. Contestants could hide their faces behind a butterball turkey image, ensuring focus solely on their legs. Chicken thighs were not part of the competition. Judging was based on leg symmetry and elegance. In Toronto, Canada, the Miss War Worker Beauty Contest honored women working in the war industry in 1942. Participants, many dressed in factory uniforms, paraded in rows while judges assessed their appearance, posture, and presentation. Some winners were chosen as faces for recruitment or wartime propaganda campaigns, highlighting the impact of these women during World War II. Betty Barrett was crowned Miss Diaper Queen at a convention hosted by the Diaper Service Institute of America in Chicago in 1947. The contest promoted cloth diapers and encouraged the use of delivery and laundering services, offering a practical solution for parents of the time. Wearing a dazzling costume adorned with lightning bolts symbolizing radio waves, the winner of the 1939 Miss Radio Queen contest was crowned for having the most extravagant outfit. Contestants paraded in absurdly themed costumes, including oversized radios and antennas. One even wore an outfit that emitted static sounds when she moved. Rose Cade was crowned Lemon Queen, representing citrus farming at agricultural events in California in 1920. In an iconic photo, she appears dressed as a giant lemon beside a calendar marking Friday, February 13th. She was also titled Swat the Jinx Girl, symbolizing efforts to dispel superstitions and promote optimism during challenging times. The Miss Magic Marker contest of 1954 was part of a promotional campaign for the launch of permanent markers. Contestants competed for the title by showcasing creative uses of markers while displaying the MM logo drawn on their chests, blending innovation with marketing. In the 1920s, a swimsuit contest saw participants wearing now unusual bathing suits paired with stockings and shoes. During this era, wearing more revealing swimwear was still taboo, and some participants were fined for indecent exposure if their swimsuits were deemed too short. These events reflected shifting social norms and the push for greater female freedom. The Miss Tarpon contest, held in Florida in 1961, promoted fishing in a creative way. One contestant stood out by posing in a swimsuit made of tarpon scales, suspended on an official fish-weighing scale. These contests combined creativity and humor to draw attention to sport fishing, a central activity for local identity and tourism. Jessie Darnley won the title of Miss Anaheim in a highly unusual contest, swimming in a pool filled with 6,000 pounds of oranges. The event, held in Anaheim, California, celebrated the region's citrus fruits. Contestants swam and posed among the oranges, turning the competition into a blend of beauty, skill, and creativity that drew large crowds and showcased local pride. Welcome to the eccentric Miss Perfect Timing Contest, held in the 1930s, which rewarded the woman who best represented punctuality and efficiency. Contestants dressed as clocks, performing choreographed movements that mimicked the ticking of a mechanism. Judging criteria included graceful precision and synchronized charm. The title Miss Psywear was created to promote psychological warfare campaigns during World War II. In 1962, Bonnie Halpin, a model and the first Playboy bunny, was chosen by the 349th Psychological Warfare Company for her charisma and popularity. Her selection symbolized the use of public figures to emphasize the emotional and psychological impact of military propaganda. In Venice, California, a group of women in swimsuits staged a unique protest against Atlantic City's monopoly on beauty contests. Dressed to impress, they argued that fun and glamour should not be exclusive to New Jersey. This protest highlighted the rising popularity of beauty contests across the country, challenging Atlantic City's dominance. In England, a Miss World beauty contest pushed the obsession with legs to new heights in 1953. Contestants were suspended from the side of an airplane, displaying only their legs to judges on the ground. The fixation on elegant legs was a trend of the era, reflected in advertisements, films, and competitions. These events gained global attention and influenced both fashion and entertainment. In 1953, at Butlin's holiday camp in Filey, England, an unusual competition drew attention: the Knobby Knees Contest. Participants had to roll up their trousers to display their knees while judges analyzed peculiarities such as bumps and irregular shapes. These events were common in British resorts, turning unusual physical traits into sources of collective amusement. During evaluations, male contestants were required to squat, allowing judges to observe the angles and movements of their knees more precisely. Some rounds included walking or parading to highlight the shape and motion. Winners were awarded small prizes like tickets or drinks, making the event a memorable tradition. A 1959 chart detailed the judging criteria for the Miss Universe pageant. Contestants were evaluated on 7 aspects: symmetrical shoulders, moderately narrow hips, upright posture, non-prominent collarbones, and proportional legs. The ideal body was harmonious in shape, paired with a beautiful face, setting an unattainable standard for most women. In a 1951 photo, finalists of a beauty contest organized by Mueller Brothers Oldsmobile in Los Angeles celebrate the washing of their 3 millionth car. Contestants carried themed signs like Miss Infrared Paint Job and Miss Body and Fender. This creative marketing stunt transformed an everyday business into a public spectacle. In Los Angeles around 1930, Ruth Hirschler participated in an unusual competition called Perfect Back. In the final stage, a chiropractor examined and x-rayed contestants' backs to determine the winner. This type of contest highlighted the era's fascination with bodily symmetry and physical health. Beyond the title, winners often received contracts for advertisements related to posture and wellness products. In this photo from 1956, model Lois Conway, one of 3 winners of a chiropractic beauty contest, observes a replica of a spine presented by a chiropractor. The competition, unusual for its time, focused on posture and spinal alignment as evaluation criteria. Along with titles, prizes often included free chiropractic consultations and promotional contracts with health clinics. In Coral Gables, Florida, a contest awarded the best bob cut, the popular short hairstyle symbolizing modernity, in 1925. Adopted by flappers, it was a liberating style, but drew criticism from conservatives, who deemed it too bold. Contestants, dressed in low-waisted outfits, represented a break from old norms and the affirmation of a new female identity. In Brazil, the Miss Penitentiary contest gathers inmates from 10 prisons at the Brasilia Women's Penitentiary. Hundreds of participants compete for titles that go beyond beauty, promoting self-esteem and social reintegration. The event aims to transform inmates' routines, highlighting resilience and hope amid the adversities of the prison system. At 22 years old, Mrs. Peter Boisclair triumphantly returned to Toronto International Airport after winning the title of Miss Nude America in Naked City, Indiana. The contest celebrated freedom and a clothing-free lifestyle, generating both intrigue and controversy. Boisclair stood out as an advocate for self-expression, challenging societal morality of the time. In this event, a participant of the Miss Condom Asia Pacific 2003 contest in Thailand represents her country alongside others from regions like the Philippines, Cambodia, and Zimbabwe. The competition promoted condom use to combat AIDS. Participants inflated condoms and performed dances to Thai music. The winner received a prize of 1,000 baht, approximately $33. Feng Qian, at the center of a 1959 photo, celebrates her victory as the first Miss Plastic Surgery in China. The contest, designed to highlight advancements in cosmetic surgery, judged candidates on their appearance and the success of their procedures. Feng, who underwent multiple surgeries, became a symbol of the debate surrounding artificial beauty and the rise of cosmetic enhancements. The Miss Jumbo Queen contest celebrates elephant conservation in Thailand uniquely. Participants must weigh at least 175 pounds, competing not only for the crown, but also to promote the protection of these majestic animals. Some contestants weigh over 300 pounds, bringing charm and impact to an event that combines tradition, environmental awareness, and the celebration of diversity. The Miss Landmine contest highlighted Angolan women mutilated by landmines, a critical issue in Angola after decades of civil war. Landmines, remnants of the conflict, caused thousands of amputations and deaths. The contest celebrated the beauty and strength of the participants, aiming to raise global awareness of the landmine tragedy and promote the inclusion of survivors in society. The Miss Klingon Empire contest debuted in 1998 at a Star Trek convention in Atlanta. Participants competed in detailed costumes and makeup, judged on beauty, talent, and personality, all within the warrior-like Klingon standards. Challenges included demonstrations of strength, combat skills, and artistic performances inspired by the Star Trek saga. The King of Lobsters, Harry Hackney, became famous for his iconic waitresses dressed as lobsters, featured in the renowned beauty parade in Atlantic City. During an era when creativity and marketing merged, Hackney's themed waitresses gained widespread attention, winning the parade's top prize. The Miss American Vampire competition, held in 1970, attracted hundreds of participants across the United States to promote the film House of Dark Shadows. With major events in New York and Los Angeles, the final took place in California, where Sachin Littlefeather was crowned national winner. The blend of beauty and vampirism drew attention, cementing the film's popularity among horror fans.